I do wonder if we're just seeing market saturation, if we're reaching a point where essentially everybody that wants to own an EV and can afford an EV is able to get one now,
Yep.
and that adoption might be reaching a threshold that's going to take a really, really big move to get beyond. Um, I mean, if you think about what the pathway for most buyers, right? Like most people are not buying brand new cars. Some people are leasing new cars, but I think a lot of the country is buying used cars. They're or buying cars off of a lease. It sort of makes more sense economically to do for most people, and that's a marketplace for EVs that is not particularly popular. Um,
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's so many people I've talked, and I put myself in this category. So many people are willing, want or are EV curious, but
mhm.
not willing to jump in with both feet. And so they lean towards hybrids. And those most hybrids are made by the bigger pre-existing companies. Yeah, we bought a Volvo XC90 hybrid and love it. And the selling point is that, especially living in Vermont, where you could go off the road pretty easily or be stuck somewhere for a while, depending on, AC weather or whatever. It's mistrust of, will I be able to find another place to charge? Are there enough places for me to charge if, my battery is running low? Whereas with a hybrid, it's great. We charge it overnight at our house, just plug it in. It's only in the winter, only up to 30 miles on battery. And I think it's like maybe 40, 45 in the summer. Cold weather makes it or weighs on the miles you can get. But, my wife drives it to and from work every day and doesn't have to fill up her gas tank. That's all pretty much on battery power. She doesn't have to fill up her actual gas tank for months. So we're saving a ton on gas. That's sort of a nice, happy medium that I think a lot of people are electing. Anecdotally, I've mentioned on here, we've seen a lot of Rivians pop up around us. I don't know what it's like in other areas of the country. You said you haven't seen many of them
Yeah.
there. And I think we touted Rivian a few weeks ago when Tyler London was on here. That was one of his big picks. Well, here's what's happened. Here's what the market thinks of EVs, Rivian, right now. Rivian came public in 2021, like mid 2021, and rose as high as, let's see here, 100, 120, no, sorry, 172 per share in November 2021. It trades at $15 right now.
Yeah.
Um, Nikola, you reminded me of this one. This was a big Cabot stock in 2021, probably right around the meme stock times, maybe before. That peaked at $79 a share in June 2020. It trades for less than $1 right now. There's been other examples. Polestar, which we were big on at one point. Neo, which does well in China, but just, it's been overshadowed by BYD. There's other examples.
The one you were looking, so we had a meeting before this record. You were looking for one, and I just remembered it. Workhorse.
Yes. Yeah.
Workhorse was the one that it was building like a delivery truck platform. That one, that was 40.61 a share in February of 2021. It
Yep.
did not enjoy
29 cents right now.
did not enjoy the bull market rally into the end uh, of 2021 in November. So right around the top of the bull market, it was trading at $7 a share. It had its own issues, but yeah, it's trading at 29 cents a share right now. There was one on this sort of same topic. I do want to call out an analyst, Gordon Johnson. He has a price target on Tesla right now at 23.53. That's $23.53.
Oh, I
And
thought you were going the other way. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
no, so he's definitely an outlier. But what he's doing is he's just valuing Tesla based on it being a car company, right? So if you strip out the Elon Musk of it, you strip out the robotics and the revolutionary technologies that are sure to be coming, and just value Tesla based on their units sold. 2353. Tesla trading right now at 184.15. Um, whether or not he ends up being right and Tesla just turns into a new GM or a new Ford who lose money on every electric vehicle they sell, I have no idea. But when you start sort of you start extracting some of the hype from this stuff, which we saw happen with those more outlier companies in the future, valuations can tumble really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've seen it with Tesla. I mean, Tesla's down from it peaked. Let's see, that peaked also 2021, like most things, over $400, 407. Now it's been cut in half now after this, latest round of earnings, 184. Well, it's still above the lows from last year. It's got down to 113 at one point. But like you said, you can't value it as just a regular auto company because it's not. And here's the other thing. We're talking about consolidation in the EV industry and how some of these startups that seemed exciting 2 years ago, 2, 3 years ago, have sort of have really come crashing back to earth. They're borderline, non-existent anymore. Well, Tesla is the one big, it's the, Taylor Swift of the industry. Everyone knows what Tesla is. Most people in America don't know what BYD is, even though it
Yeah.
surpassed Tesla in earning or in sales in the third quarter at least.
And that is something I should note that plays out in the secondary market as well. Tesla's move quickly off of dealer lots, in a way that a lot of the other secondhand EVs do not. They retain value. They retain a cultural cachet to them. So I don't want to come out and belittle Tesla. I think it's a great company that brought EVs mainstream. But I do wonder if we're maybe collectively taking the wrong approach to EVs as a segment of technology.
Yeah, I just think with there was such appetite for buying shares of all things EV a couple of years ago. Well, as it sort of consolidates and a lot of those fall by the wayside, I think eventually, Tesla will find some more support. And I think it's the one, like I said, it's sort of the one Coca-Cola of the industry. Well, the industry is still young enough. We're still trying to find a Pepsi, a Dr. Pepper, or whatever. Maybe BYD will eventually be that. Maybe Rivian, but we haven't identified those yet. The brands that are just still like part of the bloodstream where everyone knows what they are, and right now we're trying to figure that out.